The interview was supposed to be routine. Just another promotional appearance, another round of questions, another opportunity to remind fans why they loved Yulong. He had done hundreds of these over the years, had mastered the art of saying just enough without saying too much, of being charming without being revealing, of connecting with audiences while maintaining the boundaries that protected his private life. He arrived at the studio that morning in a good mood, relaxed and smiling, joking with staff, asking about their families. Nothing suggested that this day would be different from any other. The set was familiar, a comfortable arrangement of chairs and lights and cameras that had hosted countless celebrities before him. The host was someone he had worked with many times, a professional who knew how to draw out interesting answers without crossing into uncomfortable territory. They chatted easily before recording, catching up on personal news, laughing about mutual acquaintances. When the cameras started rolling, everything felt natural, comfortable, under control. The first segment covered his upcoming projects, the films and dramas he had in development, the characters he was preparing to portray. He spoke enthusiastically about his work, sharing details that hadn't been announced elsewhere, giving fans something to look forward to. The host asked about his preparation process, his approach to building characters, the challenges of balancing multiple projects. Yulong answered thoughtfully, demonstrating the professionalism that had earned him respect throughout the industry. The second segment shifted to his personal life, always a delicate area, but one he had learned to navigate. He talked about fatherhood, about watching his daughter grow, about the joy and exhaustion of raising a toddler. He talked about Yang Mei, carefully, protecting their privacy, while still acknowledging her importance in his life. He smiled when he spoke about them, genuine warmth in his eyes, and the host noted how happy he seemed, how settled, how content. Then came the segment that would change everything. The host, looking for a lighter moment, asked a question that had become something of a tradition in celebrity interviews. Who, in his opinion, was the most handsome actor in China? It was meant to be playful, an opportunity for Yulong to name a colleague, to show humility, to generate a moment that fans would enjoy. The host expected him to name someone like any of the dozens of actors who had come before him, to deflect with humor, to turn the question back on the interviewer. Yulong paused. It wasn't a dramatic pause, not calculated for effect, just a moment of genuine consideration. He looked thoughtful, as if weighing options, as if actually considering the question seriously. The host waited, smiling, expecting the usual response. Instead, Yulong leaned forward slightly, looked directly at the camera, and said with complete seriousness, "I think I am." The silence that followed lasted only seconds, but it felt like hours. The host's smile froze, uncertain how to respond. The crew exchanged glances, wondering if they had heard correctly. Yulong sat calmly, not smiling, not laughing, not showing any indication that he was joking. He looked perfectly serious, perfectly sincere, perfectly convinced of his own statement. The host recovered eventually, laughing awkwardly, trying to turn it into a joke. "That's quite a confident answer," he managed. "Most people name someone else. They deflect. They show humility." Yulong nodded, still serious, and said, "I know. But you asked for my honest opinion. My honest opinion is that I am the most handsome. I've worked hard on my appearance. I take care of myself. I think I deserve that recognition." The interview continued, but the atmosphere had shifted. The host asked a few more questions, wrapped things up, thanked Yulong for coming. Everyone pretended that nothing unusual had happened, that the moment would pass, that no one would really care about one arrogant comment. They were wrong. Within hours, clips of the exchange were everywhere. The moment spread across social media like wildfire, viewed millions of times, shared and commented on, and debated endlessly. The reactions were immediate and intense. Fans who had supported Yulong for years suddenly found themselves defending him against accusations of arrogance and ego. Others who had never liked him felt vindicated, pointing to the clip as proof of everything they had always suspected. The comments sections exploded. Some fans praised his confidence, his honesty, his refusal to play the humility game that everyone else played. They argued that there was nothing wrong with knowing your own worth, that he had simply answered the question honestly, that the outrage was overblown and hypocritical. They shared photos of him looking handsome, as if to prove his point, as if to show that his claim wasn't entirely unfounded. Other fans were horrified. They called him arrogant, egotistical, full of himself. They pointed out that no one else in the industry would ever say something like that humility was part of being a public figure, that his comment revealed a character flaw they hadn't seen before. They demanded apologies, retractions, explanations. They threatened to stop supporting him, to boycott his projects, to make their displeasure known in every possible way. Media outlets ran with the story, analyzing every frame of the clip, interviewing experts about what it meant, speculating about the impact on his career. Entertainment news shows debated whether he had made a career-ending mistake or simply shown refreshing honesty. Talk show hosts made jokes, some gentle, some not. Fellow actors were asked for their reactions in interviews, their responses ranging from laughter to carefully worded diplomacy. Some actors laughed it off, saying they admired his confidence even if they wouldn't say the same themselves. Others were clearly offended, suggesting that humility was important in their industry, that no one person should claim superiority over others. A few made jokes at his expense, suggesting that perhaps he needed an eye exam or a reality check. The responses added fuel to the fire, keeping the story alive through multiple news cycles. Yulong's management team went into crisis mode. They called emergency meetings, debated strategies, tried to figure out how to contain the damage. Some advisors suggested an immediate apology, a statement clarifying that he had been joking, that the comment was taken out of context. Others argued that apologizing would make him look weak, that he should stand by his statement, that the controversy would blow over eventually. The debate continued for hours without resolution. Through all of this, Yulong remained surprisingly calm. He watched the reactions, read the comments, followed the coverage. He saw the fans defending him and the fans attacking him. He saw the media frenzy and the industry responses. And he felt nothing. No regret, no anxiety, no desire to apologize or explain. He had said what he believed. He wasn't going to pretend otherwise just because other people couldn't handle it. Yang Mei found him that evening, sitting in their living room, scrolling through his phone with an expression she couldn't quite read. She sat beside him, took his hand, and asked the question that mattered. "Are you okay?" He looked at her, really looked at her, and smiled that smile that still made her heart skip after all these years. "I'm fine," he said. "Better than fine, actually. I said what I meant. I'm not going to pretend I didn't." She laughed, the tension breaking. "You know you've started a war, right? Half the internet wants to destroy you. The other half wants to build statues in your honor." He shrugged, still smiling. "That sounds about right. I've always divided opinion." She leaned against him, resting her head on his shoulder. "So you really think you're the most handsome?" He wrapped his arm around her, pulled her closer. "I think I'm handsome enough that the most beautiful woman in the world married me. That's all the confirmation I need." The moment was sweet, intimate, a reminder of what really mattered. But outside their home, the storm continued. The next day, Yulong's team issued a statement without his approval, trying to walk back the comment, to explain that he had been joking, to smooth things over with offended fans. When Yulong saw the statement, he was furious. He called his manager immediately, demanded that the statement be retracted, insisted on handling things his own way. He scheduled a follow-up interview with the same host, the same network, the same format. He wanted to address the controversy directly, on his own terms, without filters or spin doctors or carefully crafted statements. His team tried to talk him out of it, warned him that he could make things worse, begged him to let the controversy die naturally. He ignored all of them, showed up at the studio, and sat down in front of the cameras. The host looked nervous, uncertain what to expect. The last interview had become the biggest story of the year, and now here was Yulong back again, ready to talk about it. The cameras rolled, and Yulong spoke without waiting for questions. "I know what everyone's been saying about my last interview. I've seen the comments, the articles, the reactions from fellow actors. And I want to address it directly, without any filters." He leaned forward, looked directly at the camera, and continued. "I wasn't joking. I wasn't being arrogant. I was answering a question honestly. You asked who I think is the most handsome actor in China, and I told you the truth. I think I am. That's not ego. That's not arrogance. That's self-awareness. I know what I look like. I know the work I've put into my appearance. I know that I'm considered handsome by many people. Why should I pretend otherwise? He paused, letting that sink in. I've spent my whole career being humble, deflecting compliments, pretending not to notice when people say nice things about me. And you know what? It's exhausting. It's dishonest. It's a game that everyone plays because we're afraid of being called arrogant. Well, I'm done playing. I'm done pretending that I don't know what I look like. I'm done with false humility. From now on, I'm going to be honest. If I think I look good, I'll say so. If I think I've done something well, I'll acknowledge it. And if someone asks for my opinion, I'll give it honestly, without worrying about how it will be received. The host sat stunned, unsure how to respond. Yu Long continued, his voice softening. I love my wife. I love my daughter. I love my life. And part of loving my life is accepting myself, including my appearance. I'm not saying I'm better than anyone else. I'm not saying other actors aren't handsome. I'm just saying that when you ask me for my opinion about myself, I'm going to give you an honest answer. If that bothers you, I'm sorry. But I'm not going to change. The interview ended. The clip went viral again, even more than the first one. This time, the reactions were different. Many people who had criticized him initially reconsidered, appreciating his honesty, his refusal to play games, his willingness to stand by his words. The fans who had defended him felt vindicated, sharing his follow-up interview as proof that he was authentic, real, unafraid to be himself. The critics who continued to attack him seemed smaller, pettier, less convincing. Yang Mei watched the interview alone, tears streaming down her face. She wasn't crying because she was upset. She was crying because she was proud, because he had refused to back down, because he had chosen honesty over safety. She knew how hard that was, how much courage it took to stand against the tide. She called him as soon as the interview ended, told him she loved him, told him she was proud of him, told him that he was indeed the most handsome man she had ever seen. The controversy eventually faded, as controversies always do. New stories emerged, new scandals captured attention, new debates replaced old ones. But something had shifted permanently in how people viewed Yu Long. He was no longer just another actor, carefully managed and predictably charming. He was someone real, someone willing to say what he thought, someone who refused to play by the rules that everyone else followed. Some people loved him more for it. Some people liked him less. But everyone knew who he was. In the months that followed, Yu Long noticed a change in how he was treated. Interviewers asked different questions, pushed harder, seemed genuinely curious about his opinions rather than just going through the motions. Fellow actors approached him differently, some with respect, some with caution, some with a new willingness to be honest themselves. Fans interacted with him in ways that felt more authentic, less performative, more like real connection. He talked to Yang Mei about it often, processing the changes together. She helped him see that his moment of honesty had done more than just create controversy. It had given permission to others, shown them that it was okay to be real, to be honest, to stop pretending. She pointed out that younger actors especially seemed affected, that they approached him with questions about how to navigate the industry without losing themselves. He had become something he never expected, a role model for authenticity. Their daughter, still too young to understand any of this, continued growing and thriving. She didn't know that her father had sparked international controversy, that millions of people had debated his appearance, that he had stood firm in the face of criticism. She only knew that he was daddy, that he was handsome to her, that he loved her completely, and that, for both Yu Long and Yang Mei, was the only opinion that truly mattered. Today, years after the interview that changed everything, Yu Long rarely thinks about it. It's become part of his story, something that fans bring up occasionally, something that gets mentioned in profiles and retrospectives. But it doesn't define him anymore if it ever did. He continues working, continues being honest, continues refusing to play games he doesn't believe in. He's learned that authenticity costs something, but that it's worth the price. Yang Mei still teases him about it sometimes, calling him her handsome husband, asking if he still thinks he's the most handsome. He always answers the same way, with a smile and a kiss and the words, "I think I'm handsome enough to have you."